Wow. First off, I want to congratulate Arkansas, Coach Van Horn, the staff. Coming here 4 years ago from the West, I just felt like that's the program we always have to catch. And it's just the consistency of talent, fundamentals, competitiveness. They have it all. And so, I just have so much respect for them that this actually means a little bit more, to be honest with you, with the respect for the opponent. But tonight, I said this literally probably 2 years ago to the day, the walk-off homer, Tommy against Wake Forest. Like, I felt something in my body I've never felt before, and greatest moment of my life, and it now has it tied for first with the ninth inning with Jared Jones, line drive over the second baseman's head, Luis Hernandez hustling around second base. I didn't know you could run like that.
Good little wheels.
Little wheels. I would coach this team forever. I've been telling them that probably since March or April, and it's because of the character. And you look at this, and Jared came back with the sole intent of doing what we're doing right now, and him being at the front of that, not just as a player that's driving in runs, but as a leader. He's been tremendous in that regard, set the way for the team. We had 0 innings returning behind the plate this year, and somehow God blessed us with Luis Hernandez. And we needed character at that position. And he's a great baseball player. He's a better human being. And then, things are funny how they work out in your life, that we're supposed to play Wofford in the first game of the NCAA tournament. And I spent 5 days preparing for Zach Cowan, and thank God they didn't throw him because he threw like 800 pitches in the conference tournament. But what a performance, what a season. First team All-SEC performer, and delivered, on the biggest stage in college baseball tonight against, one of the 3 best teams. And I think it's pretty cool that rarely does it work out like this. While that game was going on tonight, the 3 best teams in college baseball were still alive, and just excited to prepare for a couple more days, enjoy being together, and go compete for a championship because I get to coach guys like this, and they're all across the team. But we're not here without you 3, so thank you for everything you've done, and let's get after it.
We'll open it up to questions for the student athletes.
Jared, can you take us through the at-bats, both the home run and the final at-bat of the game?
I hadn't been seeing Geichel very well this week. He struck me out like 5 times, I think, in 5 at-bats, and it was all on sliders. And my approach is always to be on time for a fastball, and I was lucky enough to get one in the zone and put a good swing on it to tie the game. And then there in the 9th, they brought in Jimenez, and he's a great pitcher. Got to respect his slider, and was able to just kind of stay on it and do just enough to get it over the second baseman's head. And that's about it.
Noah Beanick, 11.7. Question for Jared. Everybody in the nation is going to see the game-winning hit, also the home run, but college baseball circles, a video of you talking with Coach Jay Johnson got a little buzz. What went into that conversation? Because afterwards, you've come up in some really big spots for this team.
Yeah, Coach Johnson and I have had several heart-to-heart conversations throughout my career here at LSU. Most of the time, it's been behind closed doors. Sometimes I wish the media wouldn't even see that kind of stuff, because you almost put so much into it that when it doesn't work out, and if that, then what, So I put so much time and effort into this sport throughout my life. My parents have sacrificed so much to get me to this position. My teammates, I was up like 6th or 7th in the 9th inning, so there had to be a lot that went right for us to even put me in that position. But I'm just super grateful for it all, and wouldn't have it any other way.
Michael Cobble, WBRZ TV in Baton Rouge. Louise, Jay's talked about you being the unsung hero of this team so often this year, I guess. Just speak to that at-bat that you had. I know you're busy running, right, but then when you see it get away, what were your thoughts, and just, what the night meant for you?
I was looking for speed because all day they have thrown me all speed changeups, slider in. So I was looking at all speed that I could handle it, and he'd leave it in the middle and I'd drive it to left field. I'm sorry?
What did you see?
I think it was a changeup, and whenever he didn't grab it, I started running.
Jerry, just kind of curious, you hit the ball there for the walk-off. Were you watching it? Did you see it tip off of the second baseman's glove? And what was your emotion when you saw that?
Yeah, I did see that. I thought he had caught it, honestly, because it kind of fell in behind him. But then once I saw the ball hit the grass, man, it was just blacked out in the moment, just celebrating with my teammates. I'm super grateful.
Jackson Fuller, Southwest Times Record. Zach, two of your better outings this season have come against Arkansas regular season tonight. I mean, what were you able to do successfully against their lineup both times?
I think it's mainly with sticking with the same mindset and trusting Coach Yeski. Defense made some great plays behind me tonight, and that kind of was the same case in the other game against Arkansas earlier in the year. But, I mean, yeah, nothing really changed for me, honestly. It's just attacking, sticking with the same mindset and trying to compete.
Zach, if you wouldn't mind leaning into the mic a little bit more, kind of like what Jared said earlier, I know you didn't have the last half of the season that you probably wanted to have. So what does it mean for you to come out and have the success and really give your team such a great outing?
It means the world. I mean, it means the world when I have the trust from the coaching staff like I do, and the defense behind me. And, yeah, like the second half or last half of the season didn't obviously go as planned. But, I mean, it's going out there and competing every time I'm out there. So.
Can I correct you? It was a couple outings didn't go as planned. This guy was the best reliever in college baseball this year.
Luis and Jared, obviously, y'all come up there at the end of the game with 2 outs. Just talk me through your approach there to do what you have to do when your back's against the ultimate wall.
Like what I said, like I was looking for all speed, and then he leave it a changeup in the middle, and I drive it to left field.
Yeah, just kind of been here before, We've had a lot of these games throughout the season of whether we've had to fight back from being down or, team ties it up late. And we've just kind of stuck with it no matter what. There's no clock in baseball. There's 27 outs. And with our offense, it's a tough ask to do. And I'm happy Luis got the job done, and then I'm happy I was able to drive him in.
Noah Bieniek, 11.7. Zach, question for you. In Coach's opening statement, he mentioned a little bit about his prep work going into facing possibly you when you played in the NCAA tournament last year. Can you detail your recruitment to LSU? And also, when did you figure out you were going to get the ball first in today's game?
Yeah, I mean, going into the portal last year, I had no idea I'd end up here. But, I mean, I couldn't be more thankful for this guy to be my head coach and for the guys to be around me that I have around me. And then I kind of found out last night that I was going to get the ball today.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Okay, Zach, Luis, Jared, congratulations again. We'll see you guys in a couple days.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll open up the questions for Coach. A reminder to please state your name and media affiliation.
Jason Patterson, Island CWS. Coach, you've seen this thing from all angles now. Can you speak to the value from your perspective of getting this done tonight versus it going to tomorrow?
Yeah, I steal the line from the movie Hoosiers where the coach talks about you don't look at the next step until you've climbed the one in front of you. And I think that's really important in tournament play. Once we took the lead, I started managing in a way of like, let's get this game done tonight and put ourselves in the best position possible to be successful this weekend. And what a week for Chase. I mean, he did what he needed to do. We just didn't complete the double play right there. Great job by Jaden Newt. Spectacular job by Zach. And I thought Zach could be successful in this game, successful enough to give us a chance to win late. And he was a starter last year. And so he had extended, and he got us probably He got us probably 3 more outs than I thought he would, which was huge. And then great job by Jaden Newt. We knew he would pitch in this game. And then Chase, that's like a very unfair line score right there. And then Jacob Myers, we didn't get the punt. I brought him in to strike out Thomas, who had a ridiculous game, by the way. I mean, that guy's a great player. But then he punched the next 2 guys out to keep it at 5-3. And then the offense did the rest. And it's a huge deal not to have to play tomorrow night. There is nobody happier in the city of Omaha that there will not be a game here tomorrow than Jay Johnson right now.
Jay, I can't tell if you're exhausted or emotional, but you talked at times about this team earns this, deserves this.
Yeah.
I guess, what does it mean to you to get them here?
I mean, I literally am at a loss for words, and there's so many thoughts, and literally it's like, yeah, it's about getting to the ultimate where we're at, and I'm so proud of them for that. But it's literally about getting 5 more days with them, and this is a model team, and there haven't been much of this. I mean, it's been a consistent effort from whatever August 24 first team meeting through the 9th inning tonight. And I mean, think about the walk-off wins we had at home against these guys, against Tennessee, and they just stay with it. The mental toughness is really like nothing I've ever seen before. And the investment in the team. I mean, we got guys that are going to go to pro baseball, but it's all about this. I mean, it's not just a saying. Like at LSU baseball, the expectation of the players, I will always place the needs of the team above my own. And we have so many examples of that. And I'm just really thankful. I mean, if you ask me if I had a word or an emotion, it's just really thankful.
Michael Poggi, KLSU Sports. Everybody's going to talk to you about Luis Hernandez and Jared Jones, but kind of talk about you putting in Jake Brown as they intentionally walk Josh Pearson, try and get that matchup with Stanfield. You do the pinch hit. Talk about that and how big that was in the game.
Well, he's one of our best players, and so it really wasn't a hard decision. And Chris Stanfield's one of our best players. The other night against Gabe, who I said this on Saturday night, he's one of the best pitchers in the entire country. Like, it's not close. I voted for him for SEC Pitcher of the Year in the preseason. Like, that was my pick for a preseason SEC Pitcher of the Year, was Gabe Gackle. And we did not see him at all the other night. I mean, he struck out like 10 guys, very uncharacteristic for our team, and it was mostly right-handers. And Jake's one of our best players too. It was the time to use him. We needed to score right there. And Jake is a really confident player. He's got a good heartbeat. He keeps the game slow, and he's a tremendous competitor. And the exciting part is his best baseball is still out in front of him.
Jackson Fuller, Southwest Times Record. Jay, following up on the Jake Brown, did you expect maybe Arkansas to go to Gibbler, who was getting loose there? And if they would have, were you going to pinch hit again and bring in a righty?
We were not. We were going in the boat, and then it became Gackle against Stanfield or Gibbler against Jake. And there was 2 thoughts going on. Is like, I'm getting one of my best players to the plate. He's been better against left-handed pitching recently. Number 2. Number 3, Gackle was getting pretty close to the point where if we had to play tomorrow, I don't know if they're going to be able to bring him back. And then getting Gibbler in the game, I also thought would give us a little bit of an advantage if the game got pushed to tomorrow, if we had to play tomorrow.
We'll take one more question for Coach.
Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball. Jay, obviously Jared, had that over 5 punch outs. I mean, for him to bounce back and kind of show some adjustability, I mean, today it was pretty impressive. I'm curious, did you have any conversations with him after that, or what did you see from him and his ability to adjust today?
Yeah, I'm really glad he said what he said, and we have a saying too, like what happens within the team stays within the team. But when you play at LSU, and I'm very thankful for this, our players have the biggest stage in college baseball. And I guess somebody put a video out of us working after practice the other day, and really all we were doing is what we do in Baton Rouge. And it's more just something to get him lined up and in tune with what makes him the best hitter. And then he has the character to be able to go out and do it. And it's been opposite field homer against UCLA, opposite field line drive single against UCLA, opposite field homer tonight, opposite field game-winning single. And it's because he's a great player. And and just being thankful, like, hit 28 homers last year, and managed his own really well. And somehow pro baseball just missed it. And we got lucky. And you know what? To be here, sitting here tonight, that's how it has to go sometimes. And I'm just really proud of him. He's the one that's done all the work.
Okay, we'll take one more.
You've mentioned some of them already, but can you remember a recent game that seemed like you had to make so many chess moves against what Van Horn was doing and back and forth? Seemed like the whole, last 6-7 innings.
Yeah, well, first off, I said it at the beginning, I'm going to say it again. He's one of the best coaches in college baseball history. And I don't know that there's anybody or a program that I have more respect for. And I mean, we played at Arizona when I was at Arizona twice, 2 really good competitive games. And, coming out here in 21, it was like, it was a feeling like we have to try to catch these guys. And it just seems like we're always trying to do that, whether it's recruiting, on the field, the whole thing. And so, like, this honestly means more to me because of the respect that I have for them. I could talk about it all night. As far as that, we both are very blessed to have great players. And it's not the move, it's the execution of the player in the game. It's the execution of Jake Brown taking one of the hardest guys to hit in college baseball and staying on a ball and hitting it to left field. It's Jared Jones, staying on the ball against Aiden Jimenez, who's had a sensational season. He's a great pitcher too. It's Zach Cowan, going out there and pitching like a warrior and just doing what he's done all year, There's not many places like you wouldn't look at that and go, wait, first team all SEC, and people feel like maybe they're a little bit disappointed. I mean, he was getting the ball tonight. It wasn't really a hard decision, in terms of lining up this tournament. And so it's not me, and I'm sure Coach Van Horn would tell you the same thing. It's the players executing. And what a game. I mean, I don't know if they do college baseball games or is ESPN Classic, is that like still around? Like they should play that game on loop for a week.
LSU will have their pre-championship series press conference on Friday at 11:30. Coach, we appreciate your time. That'll conclude our press conference tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.